Are you mad? Are you mad? No, really. Are you mad enough to want more from life? Because let me tell you something uncomfortable. The people who change their lives, the people who break limits, the people who rise from nothing to everything, they all looked mad at some point. When you say you want more while everyone else is settling, they call you mad. When you refuse to accept average life, they call you mad. When you wake up early, work late, fail repeatedly, and still keep going, they say, "What's wrong with you?" But here's the truth. If you're not a little mad, you'll live like everyone else and die with the same regrets. Are you mad enough to say no to comfort? Mad enough to sacrifice sleep, ease, and excuses? Mad enough to keep going when there's no applause, no support, no guarantee? Because normal people quit when it gets hard. Normal people stop when motivation fades. Normal people wait for permission. But madness says, "I don't need permission." Madness says, "I'll do it even when I'm tired." Madness says, "I'll fail 1,000 times if that's the price." Look around. Most people are living lives they didn't choose. Jobs they hate. Dreams they buried. Potential they ignored. Not because they weren't capable, but because they were too afraid of looking mad. They were afraid of starting late. Afraid of starting small. Afraid of being laughed at. Let me ask you again, are you mad? Mad enough to start when no one believes in you. Mad enough to work in silence while others talk. Mad enough to choose discipline over motivation, because motivation is temporary. Discipline is madness done daily. There will be days you feel alone, days you doubt yourself, days you feel like quitting would be easier. But listen carefully. Those days are not signs to stop. They are proof that you're doing something different. Every breakthrough in history looked like insanity before it looked like success. Every winner was once called unrealistic. Every strong person was once misunderstood. If you want a life that few people have, you must be willing to do what few people will. Be mad enough to believe in your vision when it exists only in your head. Be mad enough to keep pushing when results are slow. Be mad enough to stand back up when life knocks you down again and again. Because one day, the same people who called you mad will ask, "How did you do it?" And you smile not because it was easy, but because you were mad enough not to quit. So don't calm down. Don't lower your dreams. Don't explain yourself to people who never believed anyway. Be obsessed. Be relentless. Be uncomfortable. Be mad. Because the world is changed, not by the normal, but by those brave enough to be called crazy. Now ask yourself one last time. Are you mad enough to win?